Hello, this is just a quick review for Need for Speed Unbound on the PS5. It's in the January sale, um, not January, but end of year sale, I should say. 75% off, so I only paid a tenner for it. Um, it's retailed at 69.99, which is an absolute rip-off. It's okay. I mean, Need for Speed games have been up and down during the past. You've got, some really good ones, the original Underground and stuff like that. Um, and then you've got some really shit ones. But this one seems to try and revitalize the franchise by adding lots of like graffiti um, style, like sketches to you, like I don't know how to say it. It's like to the car, but it's like graphics effects. Like so, if you get air or from a jump, then there's like cartoon wings get drawn in on the screen. So while you're in the air, it looks like you're flying. And when you're doing like drifting, the smoke is looks very colourful, like graffiti style, like cartoon cell shaded style of animation. I mean, I've turned it off on mine. I've just put my smoke back to normal smoke, and I've tried to turn all the shine off. Um, but I mean, it's good if you like it, that kind of style. But I think it's just distracting when you're driving. There's already too much on the screen going on. You can see it's quite a fast game, Need for Speed, but it's still there's too much on the screen already, and you're just cluttering up the screen with all this extra graffiti, like highlights and stuff. I don't know. Just it's not for me. Even though I've turned it off for my car, when you're racing against other people, they still have it on theirs. And you obviously unlock different colours and different styles um, when you come to do your customization. Um, Talking to customization, it's really good actually. It's back to the old school style of where you can just buy better ECU and better power drivetrain and tires and suspension. You can even buy different brake pads and calipers. And everything's customizable. Like you can change the color of everything. You can do your own wraps. You can download them from the community as well. If you want a certain one, you can get loads of stuff that people have already created. Um, but you can add body kits. You can change the rim size of your wheels. You can put like writing on the tires. You can even put graphics on the windows. So if you want to put like your own vinyls on, you can, and you can put them on the glass on the windows, which some games don't let you do, but this one does. So you can have like a sunscreen strip going across the top of your car, whatever you want to do. So the customization is really good. Um, Sound is okay. The engines sound good, and you can customize your exhaust noise. So you can change how raspy it is, or if it's muffled or whatever. But you've got three or four sliders, and you move them about, and it doesn't really change much difference, if I'm honest. So you can change the way your exhaust is. Like I said, you can put body kits on. You can do individual parts of the body kit. So if you see a spoiler from one body kit, you can like add it to your body kit if that's what you want, kind of thing. So they've really hit a home run when it comes to the customization side of it. And there's a big list of cars, which I'll show you the actual full list in this video, because I went through all the cars. Some supercars, hypercars, but there's some unusual ones on there as well, which is good. So there's plenty of cars to buy. This car I'm driving at the moment, the Countach, I got that for free as a part of the story mode. You get three cars to pick from. I get Nissan Silvia, a Ford Mustang, or this. So I just chose this. And like you said, you've got NOS. You do up your parts, like you can upgrade your car, your engine and your clutch and all the rest of it. So you do see the performance differences when you're sticking on a new bit. Like if you get a better ECU or something like that, you do see the difference. The tires and everything, you do feel the difference. There to see how his smoke is like cartoony, cell shaded. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. But like I said, you can go into the options and turn it off, turn all the camera shake off and the subtitles and just all the extra stuff that you don't really need. Um, in the handling, I've seen other people do reviews and they praise the handling and say it's amazing, but it's just normal. I think what makes it good is if you can handbrake into a corner or you can drift into a corner and you can do full opposite lock on your directional pad and the directional stick, sorry, your analog stick. You can do full opposite lock and it'll not make you lose control. You'll just keep control, and I think it's just very user friendly. But it's not easy, and like you're saying, you are traveling really fast, so you can go into the options and you can customize the handling of your car. You can change how sensitive the steering is and all sorts like that. When you do the story mode, you get to choose like a base character to pick from, and then you can customize the hair and the clothes and stuff. But I mean, it's a bit pointless really doing this, because it doesn't really matter what your guy looks like. I mean, he's sitting in the car all the time. But you get some mediocre options. You only get 3 or 4 beard options. You get a few haircuts. You get loads of t-shirts and stuff. But you get like actual licensed clothes. Like brands that you'll recognize and stuff. So you can get dressed up if you want to. And as you can see, the style of the animation, it's very cartoony, cell shaded. But I quite like it. It doesn't pull away from the game in any way. It's just a different style of animation. When you see the cutscenes and stuff and you're talking to people, they all look the same. So it's not too bad. Like I said, there's only 3 beard options there, so you don't really get loads of options, but you do get enough to like customize it somewhat, so you can make it look original, whether you're a man or a woman. It depends what you want to go for, I suppose. This is the list of cars, and you can, so far all I've done is racing events and drifting events, so I'm not really sure if there's anything else. But there's plenty of classic cars on there. And can you see underneath where it says the name in the top right corner, there's like B, A plus, S and S plus. That's the different class of car. So some races you can't enter unless you've got the correct class of car. So you've got to be mindful of that. But like I said, the upgrade system's really good. It's not too hard to make money, and the parts aren't that expensive, so it doesn't feel like too much of a grind if you want to save up and buy something, I suppose. But like I said, you can see there's shitloads of cars, some really good ones as well, and you've seen what the game's like so far, so you can imagine you can do all the vinyls, you can add body kits, full customization to every single car you see here. So there must be some weird and wacky designs out in the world that people have created, a part of the community. I'm playing offline here, so I didn't have a chance to look at the community wraps, like some of the designs for the famous cars. You can have a look, but I just didn't. But the way the game works is that you're an underground street racer, which is good because that's what it was originally about. So you do street races during the day and you get paid a certain amount, and you can also do street races during the night, and you get a little bit more money for taking the risk and the reward. Racing during the day isn't that lucrative, but racing during the night is. And you get heat from the cops, and there's like a 5-star system like on Grand Theft, but you get flames, so it's like you'll get like half a flame or 2.5 flames for doing a race, and then you've got to make it back to a safe house, which are on the map, and you unlock them by doing missions. And you've got to get your car back to the safe house and bank any money that you won that night or that day, racing and traveling around the map and earning money, and then you've got to go back to your safe house and bank the money. Because if you get busted while you're out, and to get busted, you've just got to stay still for about 10 seconds while the cars surround you, and then there's a meter that fills up, and then it'll say you're busted. So you've got time to reverse and like get away from them if they do corner you. And then you lose all the profits that you made that week or that night. And what you do is you do challenges on the end of each week, and you have to do 5 days of preparation. So at first, let's say you get given a Class B car, and by Saturday, and it's Monday, by Saturday you have to have a Class A car. So you've got to race during the week and earn enough money, upgrade your car to get it up to Class A. So by the time the weekend rolls around, you can go to the car meet with the correct car and enter the competition. So that's basically what you do. You're just working through the week, racing on the daytime, racing on the nighttime, earning money to the big event on the weekend, which is a good idea because it's staying with what it would be like to be a professional, street racer. You're just racing, making money to go into these big competitions and win them. There's loads of shortcuts and stuff. Like the map is open-ended. It's like a huge open map, but most barriers, apart from the one on the left and on the right there, they're like the ones you can't smack through. But most barriers are destructible. All the trees are destructible. Most lampposts and signs, and like just anything like that is all destructible. So you can basically smash through anything. So when you're travelling fast and you're weaving through a city, also there's traffic, which I've just remembered, say there's traffic. So you've got to manoeuvre through the traffic and also manoeuvre through the city. So it does get a bit hectic at sometimes. Like here when I crashed at the very end and I came second. So you have to retry the race because there's no rewind or anything like that on this. They went back to basics. It's like basic racing again. It's just down to the skill of the driver. But because of the AI, the traffic, sometimes it's just a nightmare. You'll crash into the traffic, or the police are trying to smash into you, or the AI is, even though you're not using your NOS, they're still accelerating at the same speed as you. So it like makes your NOS useless. So it's all about drifting behind people and then using your NOS at the right time to overtake them. You can cheat to win, like on Grand Theft Auto, where you just do the pit maneuver and pull, like if you use your front end of your car to push their back wheels out, and you can spin them round. So you can cheat to win like that. If you're sick of a rival, you can just spin them out, and then it'll put them back a couple of places. But like I said, it's very heart racing stuff because you haven't got any kind of rewinds, and you only get a certain amount of restarts. I think you get 10 restarts per race, so you can't just restart it for fun either. So you need to just concentrate and get the race done. And sometimes, to say like this race, it's only like 37%. Some of them are like really long. Some of them take ages. You could be racing for 6-7 minutes and you're only like 50% through or 30% through. You think, fucking hell, this track is huge. And you're almost always racing cars that are better than you. So, but it's back to basics, and I think this is better direction for the franchise. It's like a better idea. And it's going to revitalise the franchise, hopefully. So if you do like the look of it, I would go and get it because it's on sale at the moment. So that's it. See you there.